Thinkware U3000 versus the Viofo A229 Pro. These two Sony Starvis 2 4K dash cameras are going to go head to head in this video, and we're going to show you the differences between these two. Let's go. Thinkware U3000 is available in two different models, front channel or front and rear coverage. The front camera has a 4K Sony Starvis 2 IMX678 image sensor. The rear camera has a Sony Starvis 1 2K resolution image sensor. The Viofo A229 Pro is available in three different configurations: front, front rear, and front rear and interior. The front camera sports a 4K Sony Starvis 2 image sensor, the rear camera a 2K Sony Starvis 2 image sensor, and the interior camera is available in a 1080p Sony Starvis image sensor. The Thinkware U3000 has a manual recording button. What this is for is if you're driving and let's say somebody cuts you off, you can actually go and hit
manual
that button,
recording
and
will now start.
go back 10 seconds and lock that video. That way you have access to it when you come to a safe stop. The other thing it has with the emergency recording function is if there's any impacts while driving, it'll take that and put it into a separate incident file folder in order for you to have access to it afterwards. The Viofo A229 Pro has the following: emergency lock feature. This dash camera, if you are in a collision and it senses an impact, it will automatically lock the video, making it easy for you to review at a later date. On the other hand, it also has an emergency lock button. And what this allows you to do is if you do have any fishy business going on while you're driving, let's say somebody's brake checking you or cuts you off, you can hit that emergency lock button. It'll lock the video so that you can review it when you come to a safe stop later on. Both these units have capability of 2 GHz and 5 GHz Wi-Fi. I would recommend using the 5 GHz Wi-Fi because it'll allow you to download videos 3 to 4 times quicker than the standard 2 GHz Wi-Fi setting. Here is some sample footage of the Thinkware U3000 versus the Viofo A229 Pro. We're going to start with the tunnel test, followed by daytime and then nighttime recordings. Enjoy. SD card capacity. The Viofo A229 Pro supports up to a 512 gigabyte micro SD card, while the Thinkware U3000 only supports up to a 256 gigabyte micro SD card. Both of these units have GPS information built in, which will track speed and location data and embed that information into your video. If you have a heavy foot, you can also disable that and turn it off on both these units. Parking mode. The Thinkware U3000 has 4 available parking mode options: motion detection, time lapse, energy saving mode, which is also an impact detection only mode, and the radar mode. Now, the big difference on what separates this unit from most of the other units on the market is the energy saving mode draws as low as 10 milliamps of current, which you might be wondering, what does that even mean? Well, the big thing is typically the Viofo is going to draw almost 400 milliamps of current, which means in this state, it will record, it'll last 40 times longer on the U3000 than the Viofo A229 Pro 2-channel. So why would you want this? Well, because it's only going to wake up and record if there's an impact to the vehicle. Okay, then there's the radar mode from the U3000 as well. This draws very low current draw as well. The difference is it'll actually wake up and only record if there's actual movement. So it's drawing very low current, and then it records the normal recording current, which is typically around 300 milliamps of current on this device. Now, you're probably confused at what that means, because a lot of people think that motion detection dash cameras are only going to record and draw current when there's motion. Well, no, that's completely wrong. So on all these motion detection cameras, like the Viofo and the majority of the other units on the market, they draw the current the entire time while parked, whether it's recording or not. While on the Thinkware in radar mode, it only draws the high current only when it's recording motion. If there's no motion in the frame, it drops back down to this low current, this is what makes the U3000 the most advanced parking mode dash camera on the market today. This unit also has parking mode, which means it has the capability of recording while parked. Now, if you are looking for it to record about an average of 1 to 3 hours while parked, most vehicles will be fine with this. However, if you're looking for longer periods of time while parked, I would recommend getting a proper battery pack that will charge while you're driving to support those heavy current loads on your vehicle battery. The Thinkware U3000 requires a parking mode cable in order to record while you're away from the vehicle. Now, the U3000 front camera setup doesn't come with a parking mode cable or an OBD2 cable in the box. So you would need to purchase this accessory in order for it to record while parked. Plugging it into the cigarette lighter is not going to record while you're away from the vehicle. Unless your cigarette lighter is on all the time, then of course it will. But keep in mind, you have no low battery protection, so there's always a chance you're going to come out to a dead battery on your vehicle. Now, with the U3000, you actually get the 2-channel, let me correct that. You get the OBD2 cable in the box. And if you don't want to use the OBD2 cable for whatever reason, you can always cut the end off, which I show in one of my other videos, and you can actually take that and hardwire the red, yellow, and black into your vehicle fuse box for parking mode as well. Now, like I said earlier, this is very important so that you have the low battery protection on these units. If you are looking to have the parking mode features, as I mentioned earlier, you are going to need to purchase the Viofo HK4 parking mode cable. This has low battery protection. That way, if your vehicle battery drops below a certain set voltage, the dash camera will shut off to protect the battery of your car. We do recommend setting this at 12 volts or higher, unless you're going to be running a battery pack, then set it at the lowest setting of 11.8 volts. Both these units have loop recording, which means it will record over older files and continuously keep making a loop without you having to format it on a frequent basis. Now, the Thinkware records in 1 minute long file recordings, while the Viofo gives you the option of 1, 2, 3, 5, or 10-minute video files. This unit also has voice control, so you can easily be driving down the road and just yell out, "Lock the video," and it'll actually lock the video on the unit for you without you even needing to push the button. There's other various commands, which we have listed here, that it will also do depending on your preference. Both of these units have voice recording, and you can turn it on or off, either through the settings within the smartphone app, or you can simply push a button on both units and turn it on and off instantly. Cloud features. The Thinkware U3000 has cloud, while the Viofo A229 Pro does not. Now, I want to kind of go over something specific that is on Thinkware's website. It says, Thinkware connected features are unavailable in radar parking mode, as all network data functions are turned off to reduce power consumption. So, all over the community, I've actually seen tons of people say that it's irrelevant and Thinkware Connected does not work when you're using radar parking mode. So this is actually kind of funny. I was sitting in my office about a month ago, and my daughter went out just to grab something out of the vehicle, and radar parking mode was turned on, and I was basically just sitting inside my office when all of a sudden, boom, 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 all these Thinkware Connected notifications started coming through. But my understanding was the cloud features would not work on this device when you're using radar mode or energy saving mode. So the interesting thing is I have it hooked up to the home Wi-Fi, so that when I'm parked at home, the actual Thinkware Connected app will connect, but it will only connect when there's an impact to the vehicle. So as soon as there's an impact to the vehicle, like the door opening and seeing that open on the vehicle, what ends up happening is it goes from 10 milliamps to like 300 milliamps. It wakes up. When it wakes up, it connects to the Wi-Fi network instantly because we're close to the home, and boom, sends a notification to the Thinkware Connected app. And I have proof right here on this video that actually shows you that it works this way. I actually thought this was really cool because everybody was saying it was written off, it wouldn't work, and I presumed that all the other people tested it because I'm not really a huge fan of cloud, but I actually thought this was really cool. So anyways, if you do have a Thinkware U3000, you're looking for it, I think this is a great feature for when you're at home. If something was to happen and you're within Wi-Fi range, I think this is a great feature. Pros and cons. Let's start with the Viofo A229 Pro. Pros: Starvis 2 front and rear. It has high dynamic range. Can be used in 3-channel mode. Has an LCD screen, so if you're not a person who likes using a smartphone app, you can go right through the LCD screen and change all the options through there. Supports up to a 512 gigabyte micro SD card. Cons: parking mode cable for the low battery protection gets hidden under the dash. It has no cloud features. No low current draw parking mode, which means it's recommended for long periods of parking mode. You should invest in a battery pack. The Thinkware U3000 Pros has cloud features. Radar parking mode front and rear. Voice notifications of incidents while parked. Low current draw options while parked. It has the best parking mode, and the old complaint on most Thinkware units is that it talks too much, but on this you can actually go in and adjust the different voice notification settings for the unit now. Cons: no high dynamic range. Night vision is not as good as the A229 Pro. Not available in 3-channel mode, and no Sony Starvis 2 rear. So my final thoughts on these two units are basically this. If you're looking for the best dash camera for while driving around, I would probably pick the Viofo A229 Pro. If I wanted the best parking mode dash camera available to me, I would pick by far the Thinkware U3000 because it is the most advanced parking mode dash camera. But the question is, what are you looking for in a dash camera, or what are you concerned about? Because easily, if you want to have something that's going to work while parked, you can always get a battery pack and add it on to a Viofo A229 Pro and have proper coverage, provided you're driving on a frequent basis to charge that battery pack up. Also, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you are looking to support us, check us out, safedrivesolutions.com. And if you're looking for professional dash cam installation, we're available in Greater Vancouver and Greater Toronto area. Cheers.